Hello, this is Terry from Rankin Studios. I have a beautiful journal to share with you. It's taken quite a long time to construct her and decorate her, but her name is Rosa. She is a 9 by 3/4 inch by 6 1/4 inch with 2 signatures and about 1.5 inch spine. She has kind of a canvasy hemp trim, some cotton fabric, a Prima Flower, a Tim Holtz frame, a Tim Holtz metal decorative piece, and I believe I got this picture from Medieval Mirage. And she has seam binding as a closure. She also has lace on the bottom. I don't think I got it all in the picture. It's on both sides. She is a semi-soft cover. She's got a file folder as the base. Let me move these out of the way. I loved making this book. And she is done in a French bohemian kind of style. She has a lot of antique lace and vintage lace throughout. Got my business card. We have a lovely coffee dyed file folder tag. It's been embellished. These are really nice and firm. Here's a letter from the bookmaker. And just a little note about how to open a new book. These will get easier to open as you use them. New books can be a little stiff. Okay, I'm not sure where I got all these images for sure. I just don't remember because they've been in my stash. But I will name the shops that I have used products from, design kits. I have used Little Crafter's Helper, Medieval Mirage, Graphics Fairy, and I think she might be from Graphics Fairy, Tsunami Rose Die Cuts, Roxy Creations, and Old Design Shop. Excuse me. And I picture her as owning the book. I picture her as Rosa in a different age. There are a lot of vintage women in here, so. A little poem about roses, and you'll see excerpts from that in here. And a little tiny Tim Holtz bulldog clip. Let me see if I can get that back on there. Oh goodness, I'm just going to stick it right there because it wasn't really holding anything. Bear with me. There we go. Didn't want to lose it. Used a lot of postcard images. This is a 5-folder coffee dyed special, and sequins and an applique. And this did come from Tailor Made Journals, and I didn't have her on the list, but Tailor Made Journals. And I'm going to write that down while I remember. Okay. This is an original doily with some embroidery. I've left the strings. I like them. Here is some Italian, I think it's more Latin text that I got from Roxy Creations in one of her paper packs. This is some lien paper, and it's like 36 inches long, so the rest of it's on the other side. Decoupaged, and a little cluster with sari silk and cheesecloth and an applique. This is a die cut from Tsunami Rose. Here we have a little flippy and another one of those poems and a little notebook. And they tuck into there nicely. And that was from Medieval Mirage, the image on the front. And then this is another one of her images. This is vintage lace with appliques and rhinestones. This is an original piece of antique ledger paper. It's from, I think, 1904. I've got several of them, so they're all old. Just a journaling spot. A lot of sewing in this one. Some fabric, cotton fabric. There's a glassine envelope with the layaway tag that's had decoupaging on it. And then this has all been decoupaged. And I've got lace trim at the top. That lace trim I bought at an antique store on a little piece of card, and it was still in its wrapper. I think they used it for baby trim. It was in a baby section. Piece of a doily. Keys in the middle. I like to use keys in my journals. Another one of, well, two of those poems. And a snippet roll. Another collage tag on parchment paper. It's pretty thick. And I think this is from Rachel at Roxy Creations. Another journaling spot. Aren't these beautiful? There are no impossible dreams, just our limited perception of what is possible. Here's the rest of that lien paper ledger. And you can't see it all, but it goes on out. And we have a doily with another little booklet. Some coffee stained papers. And that's from Rachel. Roxy Creations. If you've never heard of her, you need to follow her on YouTube, Roxy Creations. She does fabulous things. Here is a corner tuck with the decoupage tag. And this is an envelope that opens up. I don't know if you can see it all. And then the back side. And that just slides right back in there. Another envelope with some velvet and lace and an applique. Another one of those lace doilies, embroidered pieces from Rachel. And this is just decoration. The little bulb pin with beads. And that was given to me in Happy Mail. This is a napkin decoupage. It's side tuck with a satin, French ribbon, a little cameo applique, and this is something I learned how to make from Robin Dudley House. It swinging tag. It's got velvet and applique and netting. And it opens up, and it has another applique. These appliques are different, or I tried to at least make them as different as I could. There were different pieces in it. It was a large piece, and I fussy cut the pieces out, the flowers out. This makes a great garden journal. If you love roses, this book's for you. Great for journaling, memory keeping. Geez, so many things. List making. These are die cut. This is die cut from Tsunami Rose. Another of the Sunshine and Rose poems. And a vintage stamped time card. I think I had it like, there we go. This is a lot of collaging I did. This is from a vintage math book. It's a real small one I have. Rest of the ledger. I thought I made an envelope out of that, but I guess not. Oh yes, there it is. She's inside. This is French. This is a big tag I decoupaged on. This is part of a railroad timekeeping book for the conductor. And the first line said Sides, which was my mother's maiden name. And they lived all around here. And this was from Decatur, Alabama. And we live in Athens, which is about 25, 30 miles from there. So I think we had a relative that was a conductor. So I'm giving you this. This is from 1945. original piece of ephemera. Just got it tucked inside the back of that vellum. This is some straw paper from Rachel at Roxy Creations. I need a hand. Here's a decoupaged tag, sack. Glassine envelope, a sack. Losing my words. It's had a lot of decoupaging on it. And a decoupaged layaway tag that fits nicely in there. And here we have a tsunami rose die cut and a little tag. More keys in the center. I love all these women faces on these background papers, journaling papers. Another decoupaged page. And this is a note card. And it says, "Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops. Emily Dixon." This is a real Denison label. A vintage one. Here we have a fabric flip. And a piece of velvet across there. Very tactile. Back part of that ledger. An up tuck. We have a little cotton trimmed French stamped fabric pocket. Get all those words out. And more of the Sunshine and Roses poem. There were a lot of stanzas to that. Here we have a little envelope flip. It has her inside. And it's a belly band. And I guess you can see the rhinestone on the fabric there. I loved working with these papers. I do not remember what paper line this is. It was some of the last that I had. I threw away the packet. I was thinking maybe Once Upon a Time, but I don't know for sure. Here's another beautiful image transferred from vinyl tablecloth onto this cardstock when I coffee dyed it. And some trims. And I have a book plate in the back here for you, wherever you would like to put it, in the front, the back, whatever you want to do with it. And that is Miss Rosa. Thank you. Hope you like her.